So the message that's coming through particularly is that your name, if this message is for you, your name was drugged through the mud. I don't even want to say the mud, because the mud feels like a massive understatement. It feels like someone had a pit, or like a trough of like the nastiest, or like a ditch of like the nastiest like sludge and ooze and slime and everything that could make this terrible. It's like the opposite of sugar, spice, and everything nice, right? And everything thrown into this pit was specifically concocted to put a major like stain on your reputation, was meant to put a major stain on your name. And so people just anything they could think of, 111, they were just throwing it in this pit, right? And then they took, when it was like the nastiest, fucking most treacherous, fucking radioactive, hazardous, whatever material in there, then they drug your name through it, right? And so people were coming for you. When I say that, the hate off the charts, the jealousy off the charts, the level of pure sabotage just off the fucking charts, bro, that people genuinely were believing it. Like, they were taking it, because this wasn't just like a one person thing. This was this person might have a problem with you, or these people might see the potential that you have, and so they're like, we need to make sure that this person never gets ahead. We need to make sure that this person can't elevate. And so I'm saying that the smear campaign that was done against you, it actually stopped 222. It stopped you from potentially getting lovers, 227, and it's 2:27 a.m. Actually, no, I lied. I still haven't changed my car clock. It could have stopped you from getting lovers, potential love interests, people that were interested in you. People could have been like, oh, like, yeah, this person, da-da-da-da. And now it made them walk away, right? Because they knew that a love connection would significantly empower you, especially in a moment like that, right? It could have stopped you from getting opportunities where you could have been looked at for a position, you could have been looked at for a certain job, and people have been like, well, I know that person, and that person, X, Y, and Z. Like, I heard this person, this, that, and the third. And so they're like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to work with that. I don't want to like try to give this person a promotion. I don't want to hire this person, right? And so they immediately, trashed your application, or just didn't even think twice. They looked away, and they never looked back when it concerned you, right? 333. And so in some cases, this could have also affected living situation, where they basically it feels wide range. Like, it doesn't feel like this is just a small, like, little gossiping circle. It feels like the smear campaign against you, not worldwide, but on the scale of like massive scale just comes to mind. Like more people than I think you really know. But I mean, if you're tapped in, then but like, it feels like a really big amount of people, a massive amount of people were actually, I want to say, like, targeted, right? This is the energy of a certain group of people that have a problem with you for whatever reason. Like I said, whether that be the jealousy, the oh, they see something in you, the hatred, or just the pure evil that they want to sabotage, you know what I mean? And so they set out with this plan. They were like, what we're going to do is we're going to tell everybody all of these things And then that's really all we have to do, because once we tell all of these people, then they're going to tell people, then they're going to tell people, and eventually we're going to have a whole network. Eventually there's going to be a whole network of people that think this way, that believe these lies. And you know what? It doesn't matter how outrageous we make these, because the more people that are speaking on it, the more people that are saying it, the more people that think it, it's in their head. So even if they don't fully believe it, when they come into contact with this person, when they come into contact with you, they might look at you a certain way. They might not fully want to be in your energy. They might not want to talk to you. They might not want to offer you a job or anything like that, just because of what they heard already. And so this, I feel like, for the first part of this actually had you on like some, like, what? Because I feel like at first, this is giving the energy of, at first, you were just living in your own world. Like, you could realize, right? Like, you noticed, like, oh, like, this person just looked at me weird, or, oh, you know, that person's looking at me funny. But for the most part, I feel like you tend to live in your own bubble. So it's not like you were, you know, pressed over how these people were like acting, right? But then as it started to like drag on a little bit, you start noticing a little bit more, and you're like, yeah, something's definitely going on, right? And so eventually what happens is you're being led on, like, intuitively, of exactly what's going on, right? Exactly who's going on, like who's spreading what, like all this kind of stuff. But you don't panic, you don't freak out, you don't even defend yourself. You just keep being you. You just keep showing up every day, and you let the truth show through you and basically debunk everything that was being said about you. And so because you show up authentically, people go to you, people see you, they interact with you, and they might even try to put you in situations to test what people were saying and what happened. You passed the test, right? What ended up happening is people started realizing that you're nothing like what the smear campaign was designed to put on you. Like, and the fact that spear came up, like, they were really trying to spear your reputation. They were really trying to like spear you into the ground. They were trying to keep you stuck at the lowest level, to the point where I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole, like that type of shit, where nobody wanted to come near you. That's really what they wanted with this smear campaign, right? And you got to the point of showing everybody like who you really are, and you know, you ended up changing minds very quickly, which did not bode well for the people that orchestrated everything, the ones that were at the top, you know, spreading all of this stuff. It didn't really go good for them, because now people were like, you know, you said X, Y, and Z about this person, and you know, jack shit is who they are. Like, you told us to expect this from this person, and that's not what we got. You told us that they would do this, and they did the opposite. You told them they would act like this, and they don't act like that. So really, what is your obsession with trying to take this person down? And through all of this time, through all of this, initially I was going to say hardship, But through all of this alienation, you actually ended up coming out on top. And I feel like now rectification is in order. Rectification has begun. 10-10 as I'm saying that. New beginning. Completion of a journey. It almost gives like it almost gives, I don't want to say humiliation ritual, but it almost gives the energy of like, if you can if you can show up every day despite having a massive smear campaign going on against you, and you know this is going on, and you know so many people don't like you because of the things that they're hearing, and you still show up, you don't let it bother you. It gives the energy of like a warrior, of a champion. It gives the energy of somebody who has really mastered themselves, and you're on the level where it doesn't matter who says what. You don't care what people think. You're still showing up as you, authentically, right? And so because of that, 11:11, God is placing it on people's hearts that they see you for who you actually are. God is rectifying the situation, because through all of this, you had multiple opportunities to stoop to the level of the people that were engaging in the smear campaign. You had multiple opportunities to start a smear campaign of your own, but you didn't go that route. You chose the high road. You chose the evolved perspective. You chose to take the high ground. And instead of doing anything, you just mind your own business. And you just kept working on yourself. And I feel like this has made a lot of people come to admire you, because they're like, damn, all of this was being said about the person, you know, all of these people, you know, like nobody liked this person. All the meanwhile, this person was working on themselves, 12-12. All the meanwhile, this person was continuously elevating despite everything that was being done to keep them down. What's not to admire about that? What's not to admire about someone who against all odds shows up every single day, despite having people not like them, despite having people talking shit about them, despite getting the dirty looks, despite having the alienation? That's a one-man army. That's a one-woman army. This person has proven that they don't need the support of the community. This person has proven that they don't need the support of anyone other than themselves and God. When, you know, X amount of people don't like them. When X amount of people are casting negative energy, 13-13. Because that's really what happens when a smear campaign is going on, whether you know it or not. What actually happens is, right, people are spreading all this, right? They're painting an illusion in people's minds with every lie that they tell about you. And so then people are living in that reality. But then what happens is people start projecting a bunch of negative energy onto you. And that's what they wanted to happen. They wanted a mass amount of people projecting negative energy on you so that you would not be able to carry the weight of it. That is what they wanted. They wanted the heaviness of the negative energy of all the people surrounding to basically weigh you down. Like, the image is funny because I keep talking about planetary devastation. The image I'm getting is from Naruto during the Great Ninja War, when Madara calls in the planetary devastation, and one of the Kage is up there trying to basically hold the boulder up. It's like they wanted the weight of it all to crush you. But instead you acted like there was no weight. Instead you acted like there was no pressure whatsoever. Talk about pissing somebody off. Could you imagine showing up every day like nothing was wrong, like nothing ever happened. It gives the energy of Rock Lee and how he takes the ankle weights off and he moves super fast, like way faster than he did before. It was like you had all this weight on you, 15-15, but you were moving like you had nothing on you. You had all this weight on you, all this negative energy being projected, but every day you still shine bright as fuck. You still had that glow. You were still gleaming. This is like superhuman capability right here. And like I said, this has triggered a lot of admiration because people realize now, they sit there and they're like, you know, if I was in that person's shoes, I wouldn't have made it. If I was in that person's shoes, I don't think I could have taken having so many people not like me. Shit, there are some people that need other people's validation so much that even just having one person not like them is enough. 1616 is enough to, like, you know, even having one person looking at them in a negative light causes intense shame. Now imagine having 20, 30, 50, 100, maybe more than that, 1,000, and you carry that weight like it's nothing. You shoulder that shit. I was about to say you carry that shit like the cross, because you know how they would fucking, I mean, you know, they'd have to carry the fucking cross. That's, bro, you shouldered it. You backpacked with that shit like it was nothing. And a lot of people would have buckled. They would have folded under the same pressure that was created to try to destroy you. Rectification. If I had to sum this message up in just one word, it's rectification. That's what's coming. It's on the way. It's already here. You're already living the rectified life that you deserve. You're seeing the 180. You're feeling the lightness of the energy, or you're going to be feeling the lightness of the energy. Because you can just tell, you know, when it goes from there's all these people projecting all this negative energy to you can immediately feel the difference in the air. 43 could be significant for you, or just 43 could be significant for you, or 137, 317, 1818. But this is rectification of the highest caliber. Now people want you. People want to date you. People want to offer you jobs. People want you to come work with them. People want you to be around them because they know, they see what you're like, and now they want to be in your energy. And now it's easy for them to see why it's easy for people not to like you. It's easy for people now to see why people would want to sabotage you, why people would go through the trouble of dragging your name so hard. People see it for what it is. It's jealousy. But just know that while you sleep, 1919, God is clearing your name. While you rest, God is clearing your name. While you fucking work every day, while you show up, while you go work out, meditate, whatever it is you do, God is clearing your fucking name. Yes, I had to add that in there. So, much love to everybody as always, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.